Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video will be seen and shared. Sling Driver once again, bringing to you another unboxing and review of a watch that was loaned into the channel. This is yet another tour watch from the Random Rob Discord group. Random Rob is a fellow YouTuber, watch YouTuber, with well over 50,000 subscribers at this point. And he holds watch tours through his Discord group all the time. This one's a little different, this tour. You signed up for the tour and you paid a small fee to join this particular tour. At the end of this particular tour, there will be a drawing among the, I believe, 10 people who paid the nominal fee, and one of those 10 people is going to end up owning this watch. Mostly with the other tours, the watch either goes back to the place it came from, or if the watch was donated into Rob's channel, he then sells it. Sometimes. Most of the time it goes back to the manufacturer. But this one might end up being mine. I have a 1 in 10 chance of winning this watch. And it's a very nice watch from a company that is fairly well known out there called Luminox. Luminox makes watches for military organizations all around the world. Their watches are made to be double tough, very tool, as TGV over at Urban Gentry would say. These watches are very tool-tastic. And this watch is no exception. Very nice watch. Interesting packaging. Looks like a diver's supply box. Very heavy plastic. Got a little latch on it to lock it down. And inside it, there's a space here which is probably, I think, might be for a manual, but there were none. And the hang tag says this is an XS 3253. That's the model number of this particular watch. There is also another one. It's twin, I believe, is a 3254. Is the metal bracelet version of this watch, but this one happens to be the one with the rubber strap, as you can see, textured rubber strap, very interesting looking, also very stiff. But when you get this thing on, it's actually very comfortable, but it's also very stiff. Now, I'm not a big fan of rubber straps in general, but this one is very comfortable. It wears very nicely. It's not very sticky. And it was very comfortable to wear, and the keepers even worked very well. So it was a very nice rubber strap as far as rubber straps go. You can see it says genuine rubber as opposed to fake rubber. I don't know. Signed, of course, 24 means 24 millimeter. This is a big watch. All the measurements of this watch are a pretty good size. And as you can see from the hand ticking away, this is a Quartz, which is going to give you great accuracy, and it's going to be very, very tough. Very, very substantial looking die bezel. Very vocal but smooth. Lines up very nicely, no kickback. Very easy to grip, even if you had gloves on or something like that. Or even if your hands were wet from swimming or diving, this would be a very easy bezel to work with. Big prominent crown and big prominent crown guards. Of course, a screw down crown. I mean, this is a dive watch after all. It disengages, very positive pop. It is a 2-click. The first click allows you to set the date. The second click hacks the movement and allows you to set the watch. Push it back in, couple of turns, the threads engage very easily, very smoothly, and you're back to your water resistance. Screw down case back with the Luminox logo. As you can see, this is a Swiss-made watch. The only thing I could find out about this movement, I could not find out anything with specific name or model number. I looked hard for it. All I could find out is that it's a Swiss movement. That's all the website says. It's a Swiss quartz movement. They would not give brand names. They would not give model numbers, caliber numbers, nothing like that. Just a Swiss quartz movement. So that's what we're going to go with. And I'm going to give you a wrist shot. Let me put this on off camera because the bracelet strap is a bit stiff to work with, but gets on there very easily once you get past that first keeper. And there you are on my 7¼ wrist. And it's a big watch, but it's not too big for me. It does have a 45mm case, and that's probably on the upper limit of where I have 1 or 2 watches in my collection that are 46 and 47mm. They're a little on the big side for me. I can still wear them; it doesn't look terrible, but 45 is about my limit in my comfort zone, which is somewhere between 41 and 44mm. But this one fits very nicely, which is why I'm not sorry about entering into this raffle and potentially owning the watch, because it fits me. And I'm happy about that. And as you can see on the face, it does have Arabic style numbers, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And also on the inner part of that, you also see the military time, 1300, 1400, 1500 hours, etc. So it does help with converting military time to non-military time. No AM, PM indicator, but don't really need it, I guess. I have my sheet of facts here so that we can go over the vital statistics of the watch. This is the Luminox Navy SEAL. It's one of their Navy SEAL line of watches. This is the XS3253. Is the specific model number. There are multiple models in the Navy SEAL lineup. It is a 45mm diameter case, 24mm lug. So this is going to be a little difficult to find different straps, maybe a aftermarket bracelet. Although Luminox does sell one of these with a bracelet, so if you decide to buy this one and then you want a bracelet later, I bet Luminox could probably accommodate you by selling you the bracelet separately. But if you want to, say, go on a NATO strap, or you want to put this thing on a leather strap for whatever reason, 24mm width is going to be a little harder to find than most, but not impossible. 51mm on the tip to tip. So this is a very broad watch, but the lugs do drop away from the case at a pretty good angle. So it's not really broad across the wrist, but it is not. It's no wilting flower, that's for sure. 13.5mm thick to a flat sapphire crystal. 200-meter water resistance, so this is a dive watch. You can dive with this thing. Just make sure the crown's closed. Stainless steel case, rubber strap. And one of the really nice things about this, I've got these on my marathon watches. If you want to search for my channel for the 3 marathon watches that I own, is the tritium tubes used for instead of a lume, you have tritium tubes. Now these tubes will last a good long while, 20-odd years. And you do get all the tritium information on the back of the case, which, because tritium is a very low-level radioactive substance, they have to give you the radioactive information on the watch itself. You've got an orange one up here. The others are green. You have tritium on the hands. You have tritium tube on the second hand as well. So this thing is going to glow. I mean, it's not going to glow like a Seiko or a Zelos or a Rolex with their versions of lume. It's not going to glow that brightly, but then again, you don't have to charge these things up. I mean, they're glowing all the time. So you go into a night situation and you're not going to have to charge up the lume or hope that it's charged up sufficiently. It's going to be glowing all the time, which is what tritium does. And of course, as I said, this is a quartz movement. It's a Swiss quartz movement. I don't know which particular one. It may be an in-house movement for all I know. I couldn't find any information even on Luminox's website if it was a third-party movement or an in-house movement. They just didn't mention it. And nowhere else where I looked where these things are sold, even on Amazon or all kinds of places where these things are sold, none of them mentioned anything other than Swiss quartz movement. So I tried. Sorry, guys. But this is a hell of a watch. It's very, very much a tool watch. Very, very big watch. Not for everybody, but it's a very nice watch. And if you decide to go out and get one of these things, and they are a very reasonable price, I think somewhere in the $5.95 range. You can probably even find them cheaper than that. Definitely worth the money. Solid watch, really good bezel action, sapphire crystal, quartz accuracy, tritium tube, glow in the dark. So it's going to be that way for years and years and years. Really good watch, really a nice tool watch. And I would definitely recommend it. Anyway, hope you found the video entertaining, informative, useful. If you did, please click that thumbs up for me. Clicking the thumbs up button does help with the channel with respect to getting people to the channel. The more likes a video gets, the more likely it will be to appear on a search result. And the more likes a video gets in a search result, the higher up in that search result list a video will appear. So it's definitely a great tool for helping me to drive more people to my channel by making the channel more visible. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to be nasty or you're going to post pardon me, if you're going to post links to bad places on the internet, in my comments section, I am going to simply, as I always do, delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I am glad you're here. I'm glad you found the place. Watch as many videos as you like. I have hundreds of videos on a variety of subjects. All I ask in return is that before you leave, please click the subscribe button on your way out. And when you do, click the bell icon. The bell icon will sign you up to be alerted to whenever I post new content. Or it will alert you whenever I do live streams, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or other times during the week when time and opportunity avail themselves to me. Meanwhile, it is a crazy old world out there, so please stay safe, be well, be healthy, and I will see you soon.